The wheat turned red at sunset, not orange, not golden. Red Erin noticed it first from his bedroom window. The entire field behind their farmhouse shimmered like it had been dipped in blood. The wind moved through it in slow waves, and for a moment it looked almost alive. His father shut the curtains immediately. Inside, he said, "No explanation, no argument allowed." Every year, on the final harvest night, the family stayed indoors, doors locked, windows sealed, no lights on after dark. Erin was 17 now, old enough to know something wasn't right. At 11:47 p.m., he slipped out. The air outside felt heavier than usual, thick, humid, almost breathing against his skin. The red moon hung low over the fields, enormous and swollen. The wheat was taller than he remembered. Too tall, it brushed against his shoulders as he stepped into it. And then he heard it, a whisper, not one voice. Hundreds, low overlapping, trembling through the soil. He froze. The sound wasn't coming from the wind. It was coming from beneath his boots. The ground shifted, just slightly, like something turning in its sleep. Erin stumbled back, heart hammering. The wheat leaned toward him, not blown by wind, but bending in his direction, listening, watching. His fingers tightened around the old sickle he had taken from the shed. The blade felt warm, too warm. The whispers grew louder, hungry. The word wasn't in his ears. It was inside his head. The soil cracked open in a thin line in front of him, and from that crack, a hand pushed through. Not a skeleton, not rotten, fresh, pale, gripping the dirt like it had been waiting. More cracks split across the field. The red wheat began to pulse faintly, like veins. The whispers turned into a chant. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Erin staggered back, but the wheat tangled around his legs. It wasn't grass, it was holding him. The hand in the soil pulled upward, revealing a face beneath, eyes sealed shut, skin stretched too tight as if it had grown under pressure. Then dozens more hands burst from the ground. The field wasn't growing crops. It was growing bodies, and the red wasn't colour. It was seepage. Erin screamed and slashed the nearest stalk with the sickle. The moment the blade cut through the wheat, the entire field shrieked. Not wind, not imagination. A real, tearing scream that shook the night. The hands recoiled violently. The cracks in the earth snapped shut. The red glow dimmed. The sickle burned in his grip. It wasn't meant to harvest wheat. It was meant to keep them buried. Suddenly, headlights flooded the field. His father, standing at the edge, face pale, eyes hollow. "You weren't supposed to come out," he whispered. Behind him, more cracks began splitting open, because one cut wasn't enough, and this year they were stronger. The wheat surged upward around Erin, wrapping his chest, his arms. The last thing he saw before being dragged down was his father raising another sickle and stepping into the field. The next morning, the wheat was golden again. The villagers gathered quietly. No one asked about Erin. No one asked about his father, because every year The harvest takes two, and the field must be fed.